are a bit cheaper. And then there's the likes of you, which is just in a bad position overall. I'll just get rid of you. Same for Cyprus, unnecessary. I can also save a bit of money by not maintaining those expensive forts. How is Jake 4th right now? That's wild. Apparently 5th in diplomatic, as reflected by my power as well. Alright. Very agreeable. Keep those conversions going. Yeah, do I really want to do that? There's plenty of Egyptian lands that I'm sure I could... Nah, let's just plow through it. As long as the numbers aren't ridiculously high, we'll throw a missionary on it. We have armies ready to jump, both Morocco and Tunis. We have defences erected, kind of. I don't like the fact that people can walk freely along here. But I should also just accept that it's not important land to me. If it gets occupied, it gets occupied. It's also not very good for defense. It's all just desert or coastal desert, so erecting forts there is not worth anyone's time. Can they turn lead into gold yet? The art of glassmaking and metalwork comes the ability to create more refined scientific instruments. Conquer the world just by being better. I have too many territories. Fortunately, I still have some states, but I'm going to be eating extra corruption down the line. That's just something I'm going to have to accept, and accept it I shall. I reckon this stack can fairly comfortably defend Italia, but it would certainly do well with some reinforcements. So I should still keep you here. Italia is a big breeding ground for violence. I should also consider how I'm going to defend Gaul once it's integrated. They don't have huge forts, and they're not in good positions, and there aren't many good positions. I suppose, depends how far up I want to push the fortifications here. Bas Poitou is marshy at least, so if I had one there, as well as the one in Auvergne and one in Dauphiné, we got everything covered. Should I erect one in Dauphiné ahead of time? Should I reinforce the one in Auvergne? It's not great. It's far from great, actually. And it's costing me an arm and a leg building all these, but there you go. Alright, jolly good. With all that done, let's just plow through my own conversions. Salmantia and Madrid, right, the Iberians are still revolting, and what is it with them doing Salmantia? Should be able to get there in time, right? Plenty of fort defense, 34 days. You can do it. Calculated. And this one doesn't matter because it's protected by Toledo. Which I know I have at a low level, but that's because we have the whole Iberian Peninsula locked off at Navarra and Hoi Hoi. Wonderful. There we go. Now I feel better. Well, even better. I already feel pretty good. I'm just curious where to keep the conversions going. If I keep following this list, it's just going to do random, but I feel better if I just go for concentrated areas. Why aren't you using your 4th missionary? I'm working on it, I'm just thinking where to use him. That's fine, we'll just plough through the list. In the end, I want it all done. Even if the high autonomy on territories is making it cost an arm and a leg. That's why we make Boondollar. God, we spend Boondollar. Mostly on that army. How is Syria doing with their conversions? Maybe worth giving them some provinces for the retaking it. No, I don't think I want to give them any more provinces. And they're not converting. The AI for conversion is just garbage. Which is most regrettable. Okay. Yeah, I should actually consider converting his lands for him and then integrating him shortly after. Thanks to Diplo power, help me claw my way out of negative. Tunis are getting their last raids done on me before I come in. I'm just going to take all the coastline off these guys so I never get raided again. And I'm going to be very happy with that. Yoink. There. Chords to the core, and we shouldn't have to worry about too many rebels afterwards. And that truce with you is up at the end of this year. And then it's time to go stomping into Morocco. I don't know how much of an army those Moroccans have on them. And I never did erect a proper fleet of my own. War galleons are Tech 22, which... it's such an investment. You know, who has 500 ducats to spare to build 10 war galleons? Well, potentially this guy, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, okay. Don't like waiting, but okay. Will Prom have a Senate or an oh, we are Empire here. We're not going for Roman Republic borders. That's a nice lore reason that I use, but the fact is I play Republics all too often. So it's nice to play a monarchy instead. Keep it flowing. Get those Greeks converted to the one true faith. And I can't wait for that droopy little Prom to become a mighty erect name stretching across the whole sea. These guys have their work cut out for them in terms of killing Rebs. After my spiel about not needing any defense. Speaking of republics, is Dithmarschen campaign on the cards? No, and there's no reason to think why it should be. I haven't expressed any great interest in Dithmarschen as far as I'm aware. Right, I was thinking about how to keep control over this, and I think the answer is just to throw my entire fleet at it. Can you even threaten war in Brazil? Not sure why I would. Ah, potentially you mean for this. The strength of the coalition against me stops people from giving into my, well, giving into that. But you're right, I should build a spy network at the very least so I'm ready for it. Which of your crummy provinces should I claim? This one. Will you culture convert everything? Oh heavens no. I mean, look at my dip, I can't afford that. I just want to expel the Portuguese, well and truly. Oh, enjoy them, Tunis. This is the last bunch of raiding you'll ever get to do. looks like I'm going to be facing the biggest coalition in ever soon. I can get Bengal out, I just need to improve with them. You know, I used to be able to turn my mic on and off with the touch of a button when playing this game, but now it doesn't work when EU4 is open. And I can't begin to explain why. There I was trying to block the noise of my sneeze there. Recht, lots of truces are up. This is the one chance I have to fight people without calling in the whole coalition. And we are spending that on Morocco. Not because that's the best strategically to do, but because Morocco is next on the list of historically themed conquests, along with Tunis. And also the fact that I assume it's Tunis blocking my name from being incredibly mighty. Again, Tunis is in the coalition, so we're not going to make them a co-belligerent. But they're cheap enough to take on, so I'm confident it'll go fine. Whom. Let's just march straight over to Saleh. No, not that way. Oh, that's right. Fez is kind of in the way, isn't it? Well, we can take it in order. Just do... hell, just go straight over to Fez. We'll have Herr Kommissar bust that bunker. And then we'll just spread out and take over. As for you, well, Tunis is a fairly irritating nation, I agree. So the question is, what can we do about it? This area is actually blocked by the fort. They can't freely move around here, so I could go up through this way. Or I could just be on defense from Sfax. No reason that I have to go jumping into Tunis fast. He only has 3 forts. One of them is just a capital fort. What I do have to worry a little bit about is that massive coalition that's ready to fire at me very soon. I'm confident they're going to declare. There's no good reason to think they wouldn't. Also, that's the end of Not Home. What a shame. Filbo, you can take the offense here. Where even is Granada, says Red? Why, they're in Arguin, where they've been for quite some time, ever since I booted them out of Iberia. I felt bad about it, but that's a little recompense to them. Oh my, all the leaders are dying off now. We're going to need some fresh ones soon. Spending a lot of money on the on these guys is not on the cards. Let's just tell them to sod off. I don't need many of these things. Manpower is always good, but we'll just keep them around there for if we need them. The burghers would be more interesting, but it's hard to get influence with them. Even if I took the next idea, which I suppose I will now, I can't take a military idea, and mill is what I'm drowning in. So I have to consider what I am going to take here. Are any of these actually useful to me anymore? Economic is always good, but I need that admin for everything. Religious is good. I have a lot of converting that I want to do, but is it even needed? Deus Vault comes way too late at this point. Dev cost has little to offer me. I am unconvinced of any of these being particularly useful to me. Trade would be very fitting for Rome. Very trade orientated. Makes culture conversion cheaper, says Zarek. Oh, now you're not wrong about that. Can we get culture enrichment cost even cheaper with policies? Does anybody know? Culture conversion cost, but it pairs with influence that we very much don't have. And this isn't going to be a wait at the end of the game and culturally enrich everything kind of campaign. Yeah, Diplo seems ambitious, says Negation. And you are right. Okay, it's a throw up between these three in my head. Honestly, I'm hard pressed to say. Economic is tempting, but expansion for the thematic pick. No, I can't even decide. We'll let it. We'll let us figure it out later on. France have joined that coalition. I'm expecting it to fire, but when it does fire, I can take lands off of Britain in it. Because Britain are in that coalition, right? Of course they are. Why would they not be? Can we do ones that... Oh, right. Yeah, I was thinking, can we sort it by the cheapest? Because, you know, my money is a bit of a painful place right now. How about impromptu Twitch poll to help you decide? Nah. It's of too little importance to bother with that. Okay, I'll tell you what is of importance. So our severe lack of generals. We need a couple more. We're going to bring in General Zess. I do need maneuver right now. We're going to bring in General Clonicio. It's lovely getting plenty of siege on everybody. These stats aren't the greatest, but I need a bit of speed to deal with you. And then you get back. And then there was, go figure, more revolts around here. He's in Kaifa this time. You'll probably need to polish him up there, and then head back to Adana, I suppose. The rest of you just go and hang out in Adana. Yeah, we're getting a suspicious amount of maneuver. I don't think I have bonuses to maneuver, but we're getting it. Or do we? There's an easy way to check if we hover over this. Yeah, actually, the Burmese traditions give +1 to maneuver. Dang. I guess we're just too fast for our own good. Opportunity for Filbo to crush the Moroccan army was always welcome. Fez fell like... well, I don't know what it fell like, but it fell fast. I'm going to quickly and cheekily snag Saleh while I also take down his capital. And then I should have free reign around all of Morocco. They're the key one to pick off here. Tunis is nothing special. And then there's Granada. The only thing Granada really does is bring in all of his subjects. I can't chase you fast enough. Let's get back. It's fine. This isn't a war that I need to dedicate all of my units to, nor do I intend to, because of the sheer amount of yep. The sheer amount of threat that the coalition has. That is a good sound, isn't it? Oh, it makes the pit of your stomach jump up. Suddenly the hairs on your back rise up. And it's got Central Asians, it's got East Asians, it's got many other things that I don't want here. However, this is an opportunity in itself as well. Bengal... And I guess, ooh, well, Pasai is a bit bigger. You might well benefit on having Clonicio clean up Southeast Asia for us. That is by a long way the largest coalition we've had. That's what, 1.1, 1.2 million soldiers against us. And of all the people declared, it's Württemberg. It's not like I can even take that much out of them. Really though? Bohemia, Saxony, Mainz, the likes of them didn't join? I guess they're busy with their own thing. How do we deal with this then? I mean, the same way we always do, of course. We crush the armies, but I'm looking to take land from Great Britain in this war. And I have a lot of fronts to defend here, as ever. Oh well, we upgraded forts for exactly this reason. We shouldn't be distracted from our main mission, though. We will crush and destroy the Berber threat. This is a nice opportunity to pick off the Moroccan fleet. No, that's a Moroccan fleet of heavies. Let's not bother with that. In fact, let's just bring you back to port, shall we? The British will arrive and slaughter you anyway. You stay there for a bit, let the Moroccans get comfy, and then we'll kill them. As for this, though, I don't know who's going to strike from where, but I don't have an army to defend Iberia. Coalition looks like the rest of the lands to be the true Roman Empire. They know. Ooh, not wrong there. It's got Britannia, it's got southern Germany, the rest of Gaul, and of course the lands that we're trying to take here. It's a shame we can't take it all in one shot. I do like one-shotting, as you know. Alright, we got that back. The fort will retake the province for us. I just need to start winning some battles. And Southeast Asia is not a bad place. Oh, of course, people are joining coalitions now, but it should peter out. Ooh, I never upgraded forts around here. Well, that's okay. We're not afraid of these guys, are we? Cease your rebel oppression. Go down there and crush the enemies. Build up that war score. You have some black flagged units in the Mamluks. Do I? Ooh, yeah, I do. I think these are just miscellaneous ones, right? It's kind of useful to me to have black flagged people right now, because I'm fighting here, there, and everywhere. Regardless, I think we'll bring you up to Adana. Or if any of these have better supply limit, which they don't. I got better supply limit in my own lands. Alright, get over to Isel then. I'm not a big fan of this fort in Roussillon. It's weak. It'll fall easily. And there are a lot of them, sire. Filbo is the great fighter. We currently have him down here. He's a bit wasted. Lawler Skater's also pretty good. He knows which phase comes first as well. Where is Lawler Skater stationed? 4th Army. I couldn't even tell you. Ah, there he is. Okay. Bringing you over here, your job is to liberate Roussillon, slaughter any who get in your way, and then return back to Italia. When you do have this liberated, I'm going to tear down this fort, because all it's doing is stopping people getting tied up in these much better forts. I'll have you join up. The game's chugging a bit. I know that most of the known world is coming to fight me now. Alright. Turn your attention back here. Slaughter them as best you can. Good. Now they're trying to get stuck up in Navarra, which is good news for me. Now it's doing top to bottom in terms of cheapness, which is fine by me, I suppose. But I also want speed. I'd like unity effect, but man, this one just does not sort the way I want it to. Time is a good one. I can do it by time and then just filter it by head in terms of speed. There are perhaps not lots of them, sire, but more than I'm comfortable dealing with at this point. I should really consider upgrading you to a level 4 fort. So I will. And I think I have space for another general, and I would really quite like another general, so we're going to have the fitting name of Glory Hale here. Glory Hale 1-4 at that. Come on. Bunker Buster. Certainly has its uses. Especially if we have to retake any of these forts. Okay, it looks like your job will not be finished when you simply take that. You're going to do that and then march on to Navarra, please. Every battle you win gives us a big old chunk of war score, so win lots. Like that. And that. We're not getting the war score I'm looking for yet, though. Why not? There are many occupations and blockades and such. It happens. This is what I don't like. Morocco's going to march his way down here. It's kind of fine because he gets stuck at the fort in Rosetta, which is not only a half-decent fort, it's also in a marsh. So let's go on the aggressive against Tunis. To hell with his armies and his forts and his everything else. Yeah, the British are here, of course, as well. The British have limitless everything against me. Just tear them all down. Not the best of fights for us because we ran into the woods, but our army is just so much better than these guys. And it's not about the numbers, right? Numbers are good, but the fact is we're flanking them with 3 cavalry units on either side and loads of cannons. This unit wouldn't stand a chance no matter how much better it was than me. Okay, and they were all cavalry. That is 100% on them, not me. I said I would tear down that fort and I didn't. Let's try and remember next time. I even have Titan reminding me in chat to tear down the Roussillon fort. He would remember Roussillon. Oh crumbs, if they take that I'm going to lose my freshly made, or at least freshly commissioned, boats. So please don't take that. Alright, so far so good. You guys stuck or something? Get over there. You're okay. There's nothing to really worry about except for you guys going into bitchy whatsits. Take them, destroy them, and then get back. Let's try not to worry too much about our manpower. When do I ever worry? Let out the roar. The cry of victory. Again, Roussillon's not bad. It's a hilly fort, but I'd far rather just have a better fort. Because then they'll get stuck up in these. Also, Roussillon is level 2, right? Yeah, so long, Roussillon. Actually, you worry about your manpower quite a bit in Frostpunk. Worrying, is that the word? I worry about my reign over them. Alright, this is pretty good. Let's split up into not completely pathetic stacks. And then take over Morocco as a whole. Oh ho ho! Our policy for favouring quantity over quality is paying off. As of today, yet more men became available. Gain 1 base tax in... base manpower in Umbria. Umbria. There we go. I knew I'd know. Knew I'd know. Can never have too many men. Manpower, more like children power. That's the Frostpunk speaking. What a great game. Alright, we are emptying and cleaning when it comes to these battles, which is good news for us. Let's get these boats together as well. I would rather like them. Yeah, that's a useful thing about the Asians getting involved. They are cheap and easy war score and they don't have many reinforcements as opposed to these guys. The fort's still there. Some of these are obnoxiously expensive. Maybe religious is the right idea, since I have so much converting to do. Alright, I'm swayed. It's not that fitting for Rome, which does make me feel a bit down, but oh well. I guess they killed Jesus Christ. Discipline. Let's for once invest in our army. No, they're going to Gran Canaria, not to Ini. Telling you, man, I'm not impressed with you here, Morocco. But my army will get together here, and I'm quite confident we can hold out here as well. Regardless, I'm going to add defensiveness to these. Ooh. Oh, you already have it. That's fortuitous. Got the province of Haha. We'll have that laughingstock achievement in no time. Something I'm really going to miss is talking about the achievement icons with the artist on EU4. They're one of the most fun things to make. Nah, they are the most fun thing to make. They're so happy they finally took Roussillon. They're just wondering why it gave them absolutely no war score. Nice. I should have 18 or so. I've only got 16. It's because of those paltry occupations on me. And a few blockades here and there, but that's alright.